This program is brought to you by thepodcastfactory.com.
Canine Crew, it's time to just sell the damn thing. Doberman Dan is revealing his contrarian formula for getting a rush of new customers, building your business faster, and making the highest possible profits. Go to justsellthedamnthing.com to get your copy today.
Prepare yourself for the uncensored, nothing held back, no BS reality of how business and life really work. Doberman Dan is off the chain.
JR, have you ever seen your life flash before your eyes?
Yeah, more than one occasion, actually.
Well, I always figured like I came into this world kicking and screaming and covered in someone else's blood. And I always thought I'd go out that way too. Like, especially when I was a cop, I thought, okay, well, I came in that way. I'm going to go out that way. I chose a job that's highly likely I'm going to go out that way until just a few days ago. So I was on a call with one of my clients, and there was a piece of chocolate on my desk. It was just too inviting to ignore. Although knowing what I know now, I should have ignored it because I just couldn't help myself, and I put it in my mouth and started savoring that yummy flavor, and then I started choking on it. And at first, I'm coughing, so no problem there. But as long as you can cough, then you can breathe. That your airway isn't blocked. But then it got lodged in my airway, and I couldn't get air in or out. So now that is a problem. Unless you figured out how to live without breathing, that became a problem for me. So I walked into the bathroom with my client still on the phone. Like I have no idea what I was thinking. Like I left the phone in the office, and I walked in. What is walking into the bathroom going to do, right? Like if I'm choking in the office, I'm still going to be choking in the bathroom. But I don't know, when your mind panics, you do some weird stuff. So I guess I somehow felt that would help the situation. I'm choking, let me move to another room. But it didn't. Regardless, in the office, in the bathroom, I still couldn't breathe. And in the moment when everything started turning white and surreal, I thought to myself, of all the ways to die, choking to death on a piece of chocolate is pretty far down on the list of how I wanted to go, like, so not as far down the list as, say, getting eaten alive by a great white shark, mind you, but still, it's at least in the bottom 10 ways that I wanted to die. So I was getting to the point where I was pretty sure I was about to black out. So I did the last thing that I could think of with what little strength I had left. So I started clapping my hands together to try to get the Colombiana's attention. So she was in another part of the house, and I guess, we got a pretty good soundproof house, Plus, I wasn't making any noise because I couldn't breathe. Hard to make noise with your mouth when you can't breathe. So, I just start clapping my hands together, hoping this is going to get her attention because I didn't know where in the house she was. And I was to the point where I thought, I could walk to other rooms in the house, but I don't know if I'm going to make it. So she comes out to investigate what or whom I was applauding.
Your own death.
Really. She knows I never applaud myself, although I probably should occasionally. But so she's like coming out to see what the heck, what's he clapping about? She sees me stumbling around with a blue face. I guess, it didn't. She's pretty quick, pretty observant. Didn't take her long to figure out what was wrong. And in case you're wondering, no, this podcast has not been published how do they say it? Posthumously when you publish something after somebody dies. No, I didn't die. I survived. So thanks to the Heimlich maneuver and the Colombiana being quick on the Heimlich maneuver. By the way, I don't know how Dr. Heimlich died, but wouldn't it be like really weird if he died by choking to death? Because like nobody wanted to save him because they thought it might be some kind of copyright violation or trademark violation. Like, oh my God, Dr. Heimlich is choking, but oh man, we can't use his own technique on him. It's like copyright violation. He'll sue us. Anywho, this got me out of thinking. And no, I'm not under any kind of delusions that anybody other than me gives a shit if I would have died yesterday. But I was reminded of how I felt after Gary Halbert died. See, so there's a lot of people in our space who claim they were mentored by Gary Halbert, or they learned copywriting from Gary Halbert, or they were close friends with Gary Halbert. Most of them are lying. And they never knew him. If they say, well, I mentored with Gary Halbert, I learned copy from him. Yeah, they read his newsletter.
There you go.
But I was close with Gary. I mean, he lived with me in my house for 4 months. And then for a year after that, I lived in his client apartment in the building he had, or in the building where he had his apartment. Yeah, we were close. And he was like always there for me. I always knew when I needed something, I could go to Halbert. And so like he was in his 60s when I knew him and we were working together, but still he just seemed bulletproof to me. He seemed invincible. So for some illogical reason, I just thought he'd always be there. Therefore, I took him for granted. And that was a big mistake, huge mistake, a mistake of historically monumental proportions to be the overly dramatic musician that I am. And by the way, not the first time I made that mistake, taking people for granted. What I should have done was I should have been on the phone with him every damn day, like trying to absorb as much of his brilliance and experience as possible while he was still with us, But I was a dumbass because I took him for granted, and now he's gone. He's been gone since 97. And right now, there are a couple issues I'm dealing with that I'm pretty sure he's like the only person who could help me, but that just ain't an option anymore. And that's happened with other people in my life too. So why am I telling you this? Why am I thinking along these somewhat, morbid lines? Again, I'm not under any delusions whatsoever that anybody gives a shit about me. They only care about the fact that I can make them money. I get that. But here's the thing. I can make you money. I can make you a lot of money, millionaire money if you choose. I can help you build a business that will support your lifestyle, but give you the freedom you want to pursue your passions. But I can't help you do that if I'm dead. So this is like my call to action to you, that if you've ever wanted my help to do those things, to help you build your business, help you make more money, help you turn your business into a lifestyle business that supports your lifestyle so you have the free time to pursue other passions, then I really want to encourage you to check out my Marketing Camelot at marketingcamelot.com, because you never know when the next piece of chocolate will have my name on it.
That Godiva is going to get you.
That's right. So like I can't help you if I'm dead, and I can't resist that chocolate. So there's that. But there's all this, death stuff, seeing my life flash before my eyes for the umpteenth time by now, got me to thinking about something else. You really never know when the next piece of chocolate or hungry great white shark or car wreck or cancer or heart disease will have your name on it. And wouldn't it just be a complete waste of a beautiful life if you died with the music still inside you, never having gotten even close to your dreams? So let's change that today. Let's how about you start taking some actions to change that today. And so that was like a scary thing that happened to me, but it got me thinking about all these things. You never really know, do you, JR? You never really know when that piece of chocolate has your name on it, do you?
Not even close.
So that's somebody asked on the previous episode, how do I deal with procrastination? I gave some tips on how to do that, but so here's another one. Thinking that you could die at any time, that's a pretty big motivator. Like, wouldn't it suck for you to die today or tomorrow and you have never taken any actions towards your dreams or goals, or you took really half-assed actions and quit? Wouldn't that suck? As they put you in the box, will they say, gee, that was a life well lived? Or would they be, poor bastard? My God, another one.
Another one bites the dust.
Still inside him. Another one bites the dust. Music still inside him. He's dead. And all these dreams he talked about, never took a single step towards getting any of them.
Man, that hits home with me, Dan, because that's how I went from being a blue collar schmuck to being an entrepreneur. Was my mom died. She was depressed and she killed herself, actually. And for a year, I got depressed. And then I looked at my parents and I said, look, these two have never really amounted to anything. I'm not going to die like that. And that motivation drove me away from a job I hated into a whole nother reason to hate life. But, now things are much better. But I found the same thing. You don't know when that ticket's going to be punched. You don't know when everything's going to stop. So why not take advantage today? That's why we went to the Philippines recently. Was my in-laws are like 75. They're taking a trip to the Philippines, and I have an opportunity right now to get on a plane with my family and make memories with them. Why wouldn't I do it if I can?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you hope they're going to be around for a long time, but you don't know. And it sucks to look back and regret, think, well, I had that opportunity to do that in 2018, but I waited, and now they're worm food.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't say it that way. You'd probably say it in a much nicer way. They've passed on to greater pastures.
They're with God now.
And L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah. We're making fun of death. Where are we going with this, man? No, don't take me down that road.
We don't want to hit it on a down note. So like, yeah, that would suck, didn't it? Hey, wouldn't it suck if you died and you never did shit? Okay, have a nice day. We'll see you on the next podcast.
No, just to go to like the do.
We gotta say something to end this on an up note. Let's do a worst case scenario on this. Let's say, so you have the same experience like me, 9 years of going after your dream with one failure after another, a string of 20, 30 failed businesses behind you, and you die after that. Well, wouldn't it still be better to show the world or your family or your kids that you died fighting? Like, you went down fighting. You didn't just throw up the white flag and give up. I mean, you shot up all your ammunition. You were out. Then you charged forward and with your bayonet. And then when that got blunted and broken, then you beat the enemy over the head with the butt of your rifle. And when that broke, you're beating them with your fists until you're down on your knees with every last strength, like crawling forward on your fingers, trying to scratch the enemy's eyes out. And then, you expire and you go on to be with Elvis and Jim Morrison and L. Ron Hubbard. Like, worst case scenario, isn't that better than being put in a box and saying, poor bastard died with the music still inside him. He never even tried.
You know what you just gave me? And I don't know where I'm going to use it, but you got to go out like Scarface, right? He's like cursing at them as they're just shooting him full of holes. And he's just like, yeah, F you, all coked up. He went all the way, didn't he?
There you go. Or another movie reference, like Saving Private Ryan. So Tom Hanks' character, the lieutenant, here's a German tank coming right at him, and he's shot and and going down, man. He's like, he's on his last legs. All he's got left is this 45, and he's shooting at the tank with his 45. Well, of course, everybody knows that's going to accomplish nothing. But you know what it showed? That he's a warrior. He kept fighting, even though everything was against him. It was just not in him to give up and throw up the white flag. It's like, he's going to empty that 45. And then if he's still alive and as that tank's about to run over him, he's going to turn that thing over and start beating the tank with the butt of the 45.
I like it. So, all right, Dan, we're close to the end here. Anything you want to say, or do you want to tease out what you have coming up next time?
No, I'm done. I said what I needed to say. What we're talking about next time is your way sucks and my way equals wealth and freedom.
All right. That is a wrap for another Off the Chain show. Thank you for tuning in. K9 Crew will be back in your earbuds next time. Hope you enjoyed today's show. K9 Crew got a special treat for you, what we are affectionately referring to as the Off the Chain Hotline. Tell us you love us. Tell us you hate us. Ask questions. We don't care. Just call 321-424-6043 and give us a piece of your mind.
This is the podcastfactory.com.